Huh?
Ba 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 ba.
We's good. Alright. Hello,
Reese isn't even
people.
here.
Yes. Two Bros Game, and I'm your host, Younger Bro.
I'm your other host, Older Bro.
Oh my god, you stupid piece of shit.
You gotta make sure that shit when you unplug those
I think
headphones.
that's the only,
you...
like, these headphones are the only ones that cause
I've
that
I've not seen that before. Why is it every time you get a pair of headphones, it's like, oh, they're great, except for this one thing.
Fucking thing.
Every
It's
damn
every
time.
Anyway, hello people, this is Two Bros Game, and I'm your host, Younger Bro.
I'm your other host, Older Bro.
And we are back playing Katawa Shoujo.
Again.
Yeah, maybe taking another pose might have worked. So anyway, you have no idea what you're doing here. She frowns, looking extremely displeased at either my question, its consequences, or the answer she's about to give. I do have some idea. I can't really tell what kind of idea. That sounds like progress, at least. Lily sounds as if she spotted an opening for some kind of discernibly normal conversation. I can't say I share her optimism. Yes, there is some, definitely. The rest will come later. I'm sure of it. I always have reasons. The ensuing silence kills Lily's hopes all too visibly. That didn't last
I just don't understand how.
God. Rin's, as far as I can tell, unbased. Assurances aside, what should be done?
Wait, hold on. Did you just call Rin unbased? Like, what the fuck?
We could just leave her to her own devices, whatever those are. But it's late, and I don't think we'll be getting anything if Rin is found standing here in the middle of the night, dancing in the street, which she probably will, unless she manages to remember what she was doing here in the first place. As for me, trying to guess what might have been going on in her mind when she decided to embark on this adventure, the chances seem to be on par with winning the lottery several times in a row.
Yeah. By the way, what was the chapter we're currently in? Like, I keep reading.
This is
Mind Your Step. Okay, good. Then yeah. So there should be an option here.
Lily is oddly quiet too. I'd appreciate some support from the sidelines here, especially if she's more familiar with Rin than I am. But it can't be helped. It seems her familiarity with Rin is
there's no
exactly
point in
why
continuing this conversation because
she's
it's not logical.
staying subdued. So I assume you were going somewhere and not coming back to school. Any idea where? Her eyes widen in shock, and she jolts back in a somewhat artificial way, making it seem like an act rehearsed for situations like this. Are you a mind reader? Is that your disability? Professor X would have some words. How unique. No, what? Why would you think that? Look, I was really into X-Men comics. You knew what I was thinking.
What the fuck is that face?
I think she's supposed to wink.
No, I think she's doing a huh?
Yeah, she's doing a Zazzy emote face. That's what she's doing.
That's such a weird face.
It was just an educated guess. With what doctorate? We walked this same street in order.
In the other.
Sorry, in other direction, just before to get to the store. If we were going to school, we would have met you on the way. Oh, she looks a little disappointed. Like Kenji, Rin appears quick to jump to completely irrational conclusions.
This is why.
And it's wonderful.
This is why Rin is the other half of the Kenji Rin route.
Maybe it's something in the water here. There
must be something in the water.
You can't not make that reference. It perfectly sets you up for that. I make a mental note to stock up on soft drinks. You know, that is the second time this week that someone asked if I was a mind reader. The other person I don't even want to talk about, but you I can talk about. Do I really give off that impression? Alright, Professor X, you tell me. Rin shrugs her shoulders, which is all the answer I get. You know, maybe you should come back. Come with us back to school. Lilly interjects just as I'm about to further debunk my alleged mind reading capabilities. She sounds rather concerned, the paper-thin smile on her face, badly disgusting, disguising that fact. Maybe she came to the same conclusion as I did. For everyone's sake, I decided to let the mind-reading topic drop, as it's entirely insane anyway.
Inane, but yes.
Yeah, Lily's right. If you can't remember, there's no point staying here. Rin considers this rather simple deduction for a moment, then nods. Okay. We start towards the school again, having wasted way more time than necessary with this episode.
Hey, that's insulting.
Hey, that's insulting to Two Bros Game Night. Rin walks along the edge of Two Bros Game Night, a waste of time.
Yeah, you might want to minimize the stream because I can't even tell how long it's been.
Oh, I should do that.
Yeah, it's only been 8 minutes. How has this been such a waste?
Rin walks along the edge of the sidewalk in her arithmetic way, looking like a mix of
rhythmic.
Whatever. Like a mix of sleepwalker and rope dancer. Sleepwalking, baby. While Lilly keeps on one hand on my shoulder, tapping at the ground with her cane.
Are they on a road? Like, this looks like a road.
Yeah, I think they were literally walking along a highway.
That's a problem.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yep.
Like, how else do I describe what I'm seeing? It's a highway out in the fucking country.
Yep.
Apart from that, a few fragmented beginnings of conversation. It's quiet. It's a quiet place. A quiet apart from the relaxing one into town. At that. So, how's the mural going? We are going to get bad luck. Never talk about works in progress. I'm sure it will be wonderful.
Double bad luck.
Bad luck. Bad show! Very bad show! Tap step. She doesn't care to talk about it. Lily's politeness feels out of place for the first time. Step. The hill Yamaku rests on top of is surprisingly steep. Going uphill, we slow the pace. I still feel my pulse rising and breathing getting heavier. Almost there, I can see the gates already. Oh no, he's gonna get winded from this. More than that, though, I notice that Lily's hand slightly tightens on my shoulder, interrupting it as a gesture that she wants to ask something. I speak up. Anything wrong, Lilly? I resist the urge to say, aside from our traveling companion, but only just. For a moment, she seems to debate whether she should even bring it up, but goes for it anyway. Is everything alright? Alright, how do you mean? The fact I can't interpret her incredibly vague question puts her off for a second. It's just, you seem unusually tired, I guess. Now that she brings that up, I notice that my breathing is strangely heavy. The uphill walk has really done a job on me. Lily noticed it too quickly. Okay, here's your option.
Yep, here's your option. So. Yep.
I guess.
Okay.
That's where we wanted it. Return to sender.
Okay, so I'm not going to say anything for the moment, so.
Sorry, I'm not in very good condition. I don't really want to talk about it. I'm guessing if we answer her, it goes down the Lily route.
So to answer your question, no. If you choose not to talk about it here, you go down the Kenji route, because you've officially...
What?
Yeah, this choice means you have officially... If you say, I don't really want to talk about it here, you've officially told every girl you do not want to talk about your condition. So that means you choose no one. So you have to talk about it with somebody, otherwise you can't get anyone's route.
Oh, fuck, okay.
So right now you are not. Right now you are on either. Right now you're on the general route, which means
we need to be put on the Ren route.
no. Ren is the general route, along with Kenji.
Okay.
The literal last choice you get in this game is if you're still on the general route, you get a choice of 2 people.
Kenji and Ren.
Yes, and the same thing happens with Lilly and Hanako earlier if you're on the Lilly Hanako merged route. And also earlier if you aren't on either the very obviously Emi route or the very obviously Shizune route, you also have an option like this where you get to choose between one of the 2. So right now, this choice keeps you on the... If you choose the top, you stay on the general route. If you choose the bottom, you are saying you don't like girls.
Fine. Yeah, guys, I will never do the Kenji route. Don't have hopes that I'll bring that.
I mean, you could literally, like... No, you gotta understand, it's not a route. It's literally, you get the end credits. Like, as soon as you make the choice later to choose between Ren and Kenji, Kenji just is the bad ending end credits. There is no further chapters. So it just ends the game early. So,
Right.
It's not a full route. It's literally just, you lose. Good day, sir.
Okay. It's alright, I just need to catch my breath. My condition isn't the best these days. Oh. Is it something that is related to you being transferred here? I mean... She cuts herself off rather abruptly, maybe realizing she was being a bit intrusive. Her instincts are sharp though, and while I don't like the subject, it's not like I should lie about it. If it's Lilly, I don't think I mind. I'm just a little weak for the time being. Hanako said you look fairly healthy, so I naturally thought... Lilly doesn't finish her sentence again, letting it trail off with a measure of concern. As she furrows her brow, Lily's uncomfortable expression spurs me to say at least something to ease her feelings. It's surprising she's this flustered, considering her straightforward attitude with her own blindness. She must know that not all share her own comfort about such things. No, it's okay. I have a pretty... I guess the best way to put it would be messed up heart. Arrhythmia.
Arrhythmia.
I had a bad heart attack a while ago because of it, and spent most of my spring in the hospital. Ended in Yamaku on doctor's orders. She slightly nods her head in acknowledgement.
Silently, but yeah.
My answer, though, only seems to make Lilly furrow her brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other that well. I can't really fault her for it, given I have the exact same reaction. While I do want to assuage her concern, I really don't want to dwell on this either. Don't worry about it. I tried to offer a reassuring smile, but then I realized the futility. Without knowing this, Lily smiles at me reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. Arriving at the dorms, Rin stops in front of her mural as if lightning struck her. She had been so quiet for almost all of the walk back that I had all but forgotten she was here. It's Friday, isn't it? Yes, Friday, the 8th of June. This is bad. Bad? Why? I think I'm going to go in a fetal position and... Huh?
Fetal.
Fetal position and throw up, possibly in reverse order. Is something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. It's Friday, nothing is wrong yet. This mural, it's going to need to be finished by Sunday, so everything's alright. Do you have any drugs? Or a time machine?
Yes, the artist's one single saving grace. Drugs.
God, I miss cocaine. This is not good. Not good. So she's behind her schedule, recalling Shisune's exasperation at Ren's carefree attitude several days ago. I don't know what to think. She has left herself open for a told you so, unless she can pull off whatever she needs to pull off by Sunday morning. Ren keeps staring at her mural, looking as mortified as she can. Leave me. I'm going to need to work for a while. I glance at Lilly, expecting her to share an incredulous look with me as I roll my eyes, but then I realize she's not one to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, when you're blind, you can't really roll your eyes.
Yeah, leave me. We do, of course, not wanting to aggravate her any more than she already is. There is a churning bad feeling in my gut. Ren sure has a knack of making people feel worried about her. She seems like a person who should never be left alone. Maybe we should call someone. She sounded like she was going into shock or something. I'm sure she will be just fine. She's just, how do you say? Lily cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Ren crazy without calling her crazy. Unique? Yes, a very unique person. I guess you could say that. She giggles at the notion. That's good. It's terrible, but that's good.
Yeah.
Melodiously nodding in agreement. What is with all these big words? I have never seen these words before, let alone read them. Like,
yeah, I will say there is. So I want to say, going through this chart, there is one problem I don't really like with it. So, one of the things with this chart is it's very confusing when you look at it. But once you've looked at it long enough, you get what all the lines are for. One of the problems I have with this chart is that, and this isn't a problem with how it's done, it's with the game itself. So, Lilly and Hanako have a combined route, and at the end you choose between one of them.
Yes.
Ren and Kenji have a combined route, and then at the end you choose one of them. But Shizune and Emi have a combined route, and you choose between them a little bit earlier than the end. But they also have a direct route of you can just choose Emi or choose Shizune like way earlier in the game. And you just stay on their specific route, and you get like a divergent route. That doesn't exist for any of the other girls. There is no, like, you cannot hang out with Rin before this and help her get her mural done early. That just isn't possible. There is no, like, early Rin route, or early Hanako route, or early Lilly route.
That's rough.
Yeah, so it's like, I kind of wish they would have had that for everyone, where everyone had it, except for maybe Kenji, because Kenji's the bad ending.
Because, like, here's the thing. That's kind of what Blue Skies did.
Yeah, well, we don't exactly know, because we can't, like, we haven't seen all the choices.
Like, it's obvious we're on the hard Natsuki route, pretty much.
Well, we think we are, but we don't know. But the point being...
But I'm just saying, like, it was easier to choose between what girls you want to go after in Blue Skies than this game.
Well, and the thing is, I'm not wanting it to be easier. I'm saying, like, I'm honestly saying make it harder, but I'm saying, like, I really wish that they had some just direct routes where it's like, okay.
Like direct, obvious routes?
Not even obvious, just routes that when you choose them means you're going down that girl's route and allows you to more directly interact with them, rather than going down the combined routes with Lilly and Hanako where you interact with, like, because like in Emi's route, you interact with Ren, but once you're on the Emi specific route, you skip like all the other options and just kind of go through the game.
Yeah, you kind of just get stuck with her.
Yeah, which I like.
Like, I love Emi. But, like, guys, she's probably one of the best characters in this game. But
but yeah,
for this playthrough, we were going down the Ren route, and now we're here.
Yeah, so it's like, but I kind of wish that there was, because there's just no way to assist Ren any more than we already have, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Unless, like, there's one possible thing that could have made you assist Ren, but I don't think you could have. I think we've done them all.
Okay. Sorry about leaving you stranded as you talk to her. I don't really understand her, so I keep my distance. Ooh, that's that's kind of insulting her in a way. So my guess was right. Lily offers a slight apologetic smile as if she was sorry that her own shortcomings have prevented her from becoming closer to Ren. I'm not one to blame her at all. Lily lets slip a long breath, probably a disgusted yawn. I imagine she's as exhausted by all this as I am. I'd better leave now and give these to Hanako. Thank you for your company, Isao. She smiles very sweetly at me. It feels different than normal, despite the fact that she seems to be smiling so often. I can't put my finger on what the difference is, it's just different. Relax, I'd say, but that's probably just relief over getting rid of Rin, maybe. Yeah, good night. Say hi to Hanako for me. I will. Good night.
Just double.
And now do we get our special scene, or do we just not get one for Ren?
Let me just double check this.
The better question is, are we even close to that yet? We might not even be there yet. The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session.
You have to be on the Ren route because you chose read my book, and the only way, and that puts you on the general route, and there's no way to get on the Hanako route after that choice. So you have to be on the general route.
Each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Muto lurches into class, and a tired stagger, I suppose students
we can skip here. We read all this.
We have?
Yeah.
Okay. So. Muto stands in the hallway, scratching his hand on head as he walks.
Okay, so this is one where you didn't run. So what's he talking about here?
As he works out what he is trying to say, not knowing what is going on, I wait silently. Okay.
So tell me, how are things?
Thanks. I expected Muto to be a little vague, but this is pushing the limits.
You know, thanks. You've had a week to settle in now, so how are things?
Fine, I guess.
I see. And how is your condition?
The pause before condition seems a little unnecessary. Haven't had any problems so far. A brief shimmer of relief pauses across Muto's face.
Good, that's good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a bit too hard. He asked me to keep an eye on you when he couldn't.
Oh, so now Muto's the spy and not Emmy. That makes sense. That makes sense!
I'd ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education that you would get at a normal school, you have to realize that you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know where those limits are and how to maximize your potential with them. Do you follow me?
I guess. I mean, I don't plan to do anything stupid.
Well, that's a start, I guess. So then, on to the next question. How are you finding your studies? This part you can skip again.
Okay.
Blah, blah,
God
blah,
damn.
blah, blah. Okay, so we're
with...
now still helping her with Rin.
Emmy heaves a sigh.
Go to history and see what the last line was. I'm a bit... There's no Prussian blue here. Okay. This was you saying that, so... Emmy heaves a sigh. Okay. I guess I'll have to go back and get some. I promised to help with our class project, though, so I'll be back a little bit later. Can you manage without it for a few hours?
Ren nods, and so Emmy leaves, and now I'm stuck with Ren.
Yes,
there we go!
Now you're supporting.
I stay because I like watching Ren paint, and because I have nothing better to do. Well, maybe I could go ahead and hang out with Kenji.
This is why I'm actually kind of... This is the reason why I brought up the... I don't like that there aren't direct routes for all the characters, because Ren is treated like the worst option. As in, the game literally treats her as if you always hang out with Ren because you have nothing better to do. You never want to hang out with Ren. Like, I'm just saying up to this point.
She has like one of the best
Yeah, but what I'm saying
personalities
is
of
up till
any
this point, if you
character.
think about it, you have never hung out with her because you want to.
That's
It's always
rough.
because you
Yes.
hung out with someone else or had literally nothing else to do.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't like that there isn't a direct route for her that gives
Because
you
she is
further...
such a good character.
Yeah.
Like, I sit on a box and pick up today's book from my bag. It's a story about 3 guys drinking beer, talking God, amen, for 2 weeks straight and doing nothing else.
Yeah, that's how Rin's route feels to me.
Ren moves from the spot that was in need of the blue and starts slowly working on another. Her foot works the brush steadily against the plastered wall. Layers of paint. Layers! Layers! Layers upon layers! Layers!
You aren't an ogre. Calm down.
Ogres have layers!
And you don't. Move on.
This bat says otherwise.
That's not layer. That's random adipose tissue that needs to go away.
Just give me some liposuction and then we're good.
Honestly, liposuction's like, I mean, it's helpful, I guess, but it doesn't solve the root problem.
I've seen one of my friends get liposuction surgery. She had to get it because she was just too overweight.
Yeah.
She actually didn't look too bad after.
No, but yeah, you definitely have like a lot of flab marks if it's not done well, where it's like they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mural slowly gains more form. I turn the pages at a leisurely pace. In this chapter, they are drinking beer. Yep, just still drinking beer.
And that's all they'll ever do.
At the protagonist's friend's place, playing too much tappers. In the previous ones, it was the protagonist's own apartment. It's not a page-turner kind of book. A slice of someone's imaginary life like this story that makes me wonder why it had to be written.
Why did it?
Why did Katawa Shoujo have to be written? Because people wanted dating sim games?
Because somebody on 4chan, a group of people on 4chan, stumbled into this concept for this game, and suddenly here it is.
Maybe they watched.
I think it literally was, I remember watching the video on this game being made, and it happened because somebody posted something, some concept art about a game about dating disabled people, and
it just went.
And it went.
Woo!
Like, just to be clear, one of the reasons this game is so special is that 4chan is very much known as a hellish, chaotic, site. As in, everything is off the walls, insane, nothing structured. It's almost impossible to get a mod to show up and do anything. This game caused so much conversation in 4chan, so many people were talking about it, that a mod had to step in and make a sub-forum on 4chan about this game because it was taking up so much of the main space that no one could find anything, and everyone couldn't find non-related content. So, like, all the people who wanted to not talk about this couldn't, because they couldn't find shit. So, this game was so powerful, it caused a 4chan mod to do something. That is impossible.
Yeah. Why, indeed. The reason for doing something creative. It's something incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible.
I knew the word, I just couldn't say it. Like why Ren does paintings, it feels like she and Emmy are the same, going squarely against their fates as if it's just out of spite. Ren even said something like that. Do something you can't just because you can.
We do what we must because we can.
Is that what she meant? Is that her reason? It might be Emmy's. She comes off as quite a headstrong person.
Yeah, that's the interesting concept behind this. Is that when you start thinking about characters like this, you realize that most of the girls are like this. Like, Shizune is very much the same kind of headstrong. She comes off as arrogant, but she thinks she's being headstrong. She thinks she's being Emmy.
Ren doesn't give off that kind of air. She has a relaxing vibe about it.
That's true.
And that's why she's one of the better characters. Thinking about it, she doesn't give off any kind of air. Or maybe a different kind every time I talk with her. Why did she say what she said? Why does she do anything? Or anyone at all? Why does she or anyone at all paint, or draw, or sculpt, or write? I've never had much of a creative impulse, so I don't think I can really understand it. It makes me feel hollow inside.
Hey, hollow inside's okay. You can fill something. You can always fill things.
What a grim thought. I can't really decide whether it's true or not, either. Am I content being this way?
No.
I can't deny I'm feeling a bit envious of Rin, but I can't really consider it a flaw of any kind. I'm myself, and she is herself. Still, I don't need to find something.
I do need to find something.
Sorry. Still, I do need to find something. Something that could make me feel a little less lost about myself. Instead of just drowning myself in these books as I did in the hospital.
See,
is he literally talking to himself about, what can
thinking.
make me happy?
Yeah, he is. Well, because this is the route. In all the other routes, I think you still do reading, and you do it because you did it in the hospital, and you've kind of just accepted that, like...
You're a reader?
Yeah, you just accept you're a reader because, like, well, I didn't have anything to do for 6 months, and now I've been doing it for so long, I feel like doing it. In this route, you actually sit back and say, I read during that time because I had almost no other choice but to read. I was bored as fuck and needed something to do, and this was the thing I needed to do. But it wasn't something I wanted to do. So, yeah, it's like you describe it as I'm drowning myself in these books because it's like I'm doing this thing not because I want to, but because I need to.
I can't help but feel disoriented. The new school, lifestyle, and people around me contribute heavily to this sensation. I'm trying my best to fit into existing social circles, and most of the people I've met have really been nice. It feels like I'm an outsider, though, like I don't belong. I shake the feeling off, realizing that I'm spacing out. I neither turned a page of the book nor done anything for Rin. She is trying to pour some paint from a big can using only her feet, having not bothered to ask me. Or maybe she did and I didn't hear it. Either way, it looks very unstable. I quickly jump to help her as it looks like she's about to spill the entire contents of the can all over the pavement. I take the can from her feet and pour some in the bowl. She doesn't say anything, and neither do I. I catch a glimpse of her eyes looking slightly at me. Silently at me from under her unkept bangs. It's an unreadable expression, a perfect poker face, mixed with a hint of something like a mild surprise, so she would be a good gambler. Yeah. I wonder what she is thinking. Maybe she is wondering about what I'm thinking. Maybe nothing. Penny, for your thoughts? Do you have any pennies with you?
Good. The correct question. The correct question.
God damn, she is so fucking
Just,
good.
You don't have a penny to give me.
I can't get over how good this character is. Like, fucking hell. I don't think I do. Oh, you're poor then. I don't date poor guys. Here's some bread for you. Then I don't think I will tell. I'm not thinking anything either, so you're in luck. Except, now I just did. Wait, did you read my mind?
No.
She frowns, looking very unsatisfied. It's hard to not think about anything, but it's important. I'm about to ask why it's important when some old guy walks up to us looking like he has some business with Rin.
Oh my god, who the fuck are you?
It's John Hammond.
Yeah. Good afternoon. How's it going?
I can make it. Rin doesn't take her eyes off the wall.
This must be the art
enthusiast.
Art
teacher.
Yeah, the art teacher.
And responds so naturally that I can only assume they know each other. I haven't seen the man before, so I naturally wonder who he might be. Maybe a teacher. His hair has faded to a silvery gray, so much so that it looks artificially dyed. I hope that's not the case. Small round glasses hang on the bridge of his nose, but it appears he's constantly looking. Hey, that's rose-colored glasses. These rose-colored
Well, technically they're
glasses.
pink, but good enough.
Over the lenses rather than through them. Oh, this is where Willie Nilsson went when he retired from singing.
Speaking of people who need liposuction.
He's studying the mural intently over said glasses.
Good. What bold composition you have here.
He moves to inspect the mural closer. Welcome to Mural Park. Talking to himself about it in a way that makes it obvious he wants us to hear it too.
Very good indeed.
I don't really know what to make of it, but Rin doesn't seem to care much. She's looking around her working space, the various bowls of different tones scattered all over. Hey, Sal. A little more of this. Give me a sec. I pour a 50-50 mix of 2 paints into the bowl to create more of the same pale pink tone Rin was using to fill up the shape of a man's face. Rin watches me do so, which makes me feel nervous somehow. Her face is so unassuming that it feels she's just waiting for me to do something wrong. The man turns to reckon me as well.
Reckon. No, it is reckon me.
Looking surprised.
I don't think that's how you use that word.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. As if he noticed my presence only just now. Maybe he did.
Why, hello there. Who might you be?
I'm a transfer student to Class 3-3, Hisao Nakai. Nice to meet you.
Muta's Class A. Well, I won't hold that against you.
He laughs very loudly, obnoxiously loudly. A few small birds take flight from a nearby tree.
This man,
he starts patting me on the shoulder and
looks
hitting
like
it hard.
he's come out of like a Professor Layton game. I'm Shinichi Nomiya, the art teacher. Told
Knew
you.
it. So this is the art teacher. In retrospect, should have guessed that much. He even looks like one, as far as first impressions go.
How'd you come to end up assisting my protege?
I wish I knew. I'm interested in the art club. I kinda got stuck with her. I don't think we should go that one. I think I'm interested in the art club.
You should save either way. So yeah, this is the final option.
Yeah, I'm assuming we go with I'm interested in the art club.
Yep. So the interesting thing about this game is that what's weird to me is there's 2 different. Okay, I think I know what. Actually, I'm not even sure why they did this. They have 2 different red bad endings. There's the red Kenji bad ending and the brown Kenji bad ending. And you can get them from taking wrong choices that are so objectively wrong, it just ends the game outright. For example, there's one where you, like, kick someone out of your room, and that it just ends the game, basically. If you did the option earlier with the girls, that one ends the game immediately, basically. That's one of the red options.
Rough.
And this is the final red option. You get red option if you choose.
I just kind of got stuck.
You got stuck with it.
Yeah. Why the fuck would I choose that first option?
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little interested in the art club. I blurted out, partially inadvertently.
What do you mean?
Nothing specific. Just...
Nothing specific. Well, that's a bad thing for art. Art is all about specifics.
Also, I think art is probably maybe a better hobby than reading. I don't know. I wonder if I could come by sometime, even if it's just to observe or something. Yeah, that's just me probably personally. I prefer to draw rather than read.
Yeah. Says the writer.
I've been thinking that I should join some club or something, so, well, I suck at writing, as you've seen.
Yeah, maybe because you're not reading it.
It's in no way a premeditated move. But a vague sense of determination has
this
really
game came out
been
before Undertale.
building inside of me for the past week. Yes, this game came out before Undertale, but who cares?
Yep, the word's been ruined.
I want to do something. I want to belong somewhere. It might as well be the art club. My shortcomings not withstanding. Sorry, notwithstanding. The teacher seems pleased.
Oh, you want to join? Well, we always welcome new people, of course. Club meetings are normal enough. We study various aspects of the fine arts and try our hands at them as well.
Here's the thing. I actually see our character in the story joining the art club more than I see him joining the student council.
Well, in the Emmy route, I'm assuming you joined the track team. Which
Uh,
also seems like a very not good thing.
No.
Or feet.
He gives an embarrassed cough, but Ren doesn't seem to mind. I take a small amount of comfort from the fact that I'm not the only one with vocabulary difficulties in the school.
Nomia.
Noyamia.
Noyamanya. Nyanya.
Nana.
This man is now a cat man for the purposes of all future conversations. He must say
Nyam,
nya
nyam,
in all of his statements.
Nyam rebounds from his fucks.
His faux pas! From all the fucks he's not giving.
I don't know what a forepaws is.
Faux pas?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Faux pas is one of those
I'm
things where
guessing
you...
it's a French word.
Yeah, it's the thing you say when you say something that's, like, inappropriate for the moment. Like, for example, he says, we try our hands at something when she has no hands. That's a faux pas.
But theoretically, checking the time from his huge gleaming pocket watch and slaps his forehead even more
Theatrically.
theatrically.
Oh!
Ah.
I really must take my leave now, but if you have questions, I'm sure Tezuka can clarify.
Somehow, mentioning clarify and Rin in the same sentence doesn't feel right. However, I don't say as much to the teachers since he seems to be in a hurry.
Tezuka, I'm pleased to see that this little project is going so well.
Little. Have you seen this
It's an
thing?
entire wall, and I'm a week behind.
She doesn't dare to do that to the teacher.
Yeah, I just stopped by to remind you to not run off by yourself tomorrow. I've invited certain people to the festival for you, and I'm sure they'd like to meet you as well. Ah, we now see the context for why she wasn't supposed to run off. I hope I'll see you on Monday then, Nakai. What the fuck is she going to say?
I don't know. The teacher leaves and we are left by ourselves again. Ren is still painting as if nothing notable happened. Since nothing in fact did, I am left wondering what on earth is wrong with me. Art and I haven't worked well together in the past. At least judging from the grades I used to have in middle school.
Yes, but art isn't...
Same.
Here's the problem. Art... And this is something that all art teachers probably need to take into account here. Art isn't about the quality of your work. It's about the enthusiasm in your work. If you make something that looks terrible, but you put a lot of effort in, that should be worth more than someone who didn't try. Art's not about looking good. It's about trying hard. It's about having a purpose behind it.
Maybe a club will be different than an
obligatory
class. Who knows?
Of course it will, because you're not obligated by a grade. It's about trying.
I wish art class was about you finding what you like to draw and you draw it, and your grades are based off of what you draw. Like if it's
in a sense they are, but it's like,
yes and no. They, like, say they want you to, I don't know, design a poster and it has to be abstract.
Well, abstract is a very nebulous term. It just has to be... There's many different kinds of abstract art.
I'm just saying, like, you get to choose what you put on that poster, but you didn't get to choose whether or not you wanted it to be a poster or not.
Yeah. But the point behind that is to try to get you to try new things. It's the concept of, like, here, you need to make a poster, and it needs to be some kind of abstract art, but it can be anything else.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I found the way I like to draw years after I've been out of school.
Yeah.
Like,
fair.
I'm just saying that everybody has their own way of how they want to draw, and I think art class kind of limits you.
I can see that.
I tried to come up with something meaningful to ask about it, but to no avail. I'll just go to a club meeting and see how it goes. So he invited some people tomorrow. Just check out your painting. He has a lot of art people friends. They like to talk about art. I think he wants me to talk about art with them. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't too thrilled about it. Ren shrugs non-committally.
Yep, you got that exactly right.
But it still gives an impression of her general displeasure at the idea of having to discuss her painting or any painting with other people. God, my throat. Hope I'm not getting sick. I don't really like talking about art. It is already a way to talk without talking, so why bother talking about it? Oh,
I get that.
I can understand that.
Yeah, just
It's like being bored and talking about being bored because you are bored.
just
I'm not following you. You followed my first sentence, which was the same sentence I just said. How could you not follow me? Have you ever talked about being bored? It's pointless and not very exciting.
I mean, yeah.
All you can really say about it is, I'm so bored. I once spent a week trying to think of something meaningful to say about boredness. Fucking hell. It was the most boring week I've ever had.
This is the most exciting conversation I've ever had about somebody being bored.
Oh my god! But that's pretty fitting, don't you think? Friend gives me a look.
Why the fuck are we using this big of a word for this? Laconic.
Laconic kind that looks like it doesn't mean anything, but it does. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I just rarely can come up with anything to say about art. I mean, like this one you're doing now. I have no idea what to think about it because it's so abstract. Except that it looks nice. What is this painting about? It
means concise.
Nothing at all. That's what I'd like to say, so I did. She just speaks her mind, and that's what's so good about this character. Yep. But that was a small lie. I said it anyway because I would kind of like it to be true. Teacher wanted me to do this, but I didn't have any ideas. I tried to have some, but nothing happened. I usually like to draw anime. This isn't my thing.
I'd love to see what her thing is.
Have you seen my Hatsune Miku painting? It's her dancing with Rin.
That's
my favorite character. That's why people call me Rin. So now it would make so much sense though.
It's not connected, I promise you.
This is a painting without any ideas. But what are you painting then? A mural. No idea. Come to think of it, I think I'll call this no idea. Oh! Beautiful! Now I started thinking again. This is bad. She shakes her head vigorously for a while, trying to shake thinking out of her head. That amber red hair flies wildly around. This is why I had Emmy help me. She makes it easy to not think about anything. You know, how she just talks about nothing for hours. Holy fucking shit. It's like her head is made of bubble gum and ice cream. It's sickening.
I mean, that's close enough to what she said.
You are kind of the same, but not really. It's very helpful if you just stay right here.
Kind of the same, but not really.
I'm not sure if it's a compliment or not. It's probably neither, with Red being the overtly neutral person she is. So is there anything specific you'd like me to do to make you not think? Just keep talking. Just be. So without knowing what I should do, I just sit on an empty box to watch her continue with the painting, idly leafing the pages of the beer-drinking book. Rin has a serene expression on her face, her dark green eyes hiding what she might think behind them. No, wait, she's supposedly not thinking anything, right? She quietly hums to a tune.
How can she not be thinking of anything if she's humming a tune?
Every now and then, with polite requests for more paint or another kind of brush. I think she's humming, what do you think she would be humming? You know what?
I had a song.
I'm reading a beer book.
I've had a song, and I've completely forgotten what it is, and it's not that one, I promise you.
Sitting here, drinking beer, talking God, amen.
Yeah.
She sees that you're reading a beer book, so she hums a beer song. Her concentration is admirable, even though she seems to be sleep-deprived and under pressure to finish the job. Inch by inch, the painting gains more form, details being added on top of details, colors entwining with each other, filling the empty spaces, growing on top of each other. I find myself thinking about inspiration and motivation to create art again. Anime drawings. Where does one get ideas? They don't come out of nowhere, and I don't think there are muses that magically inject some inspiration in your head. Some of my information...
That'd be the Greeks.
Some of my inspiration to make my own stuff came from dreams.
Yeah.
Like dreams I've had. Ideas have an origin and a purpose.
But dreams come from things you saw. And things you're thinking about.
Yes and no.
So.
The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that Rin is lying about her mural, or at least twisting the truth. Maybe she doesn't even realize it herself. You can't do anything creative without having an idea of what you are going to create. That would go against the definition of moral code.
No.
Every stroke must be dedicated to be drawn, even
Decided.
Decided to be drawn, even if it's made at random. Then that, too, is a conscious decision. So her painting, even this one, must be based on having some deliberate goal or idea of what to paint. If Ren's idea is to have no idea, as she said, does that count as having an idea?
And these are the
a logical paradox. That seems to be Ren's
modus operandi.
Fucking hell.
Basically, that's her way of operating, or her way of working.
I assumed that from operandi.
Yep.
For most normal interactions, so it wouldn't surprise me if she hadn't even noticed this herself. I wonder if I should bring it up, but I'm not sure if I want to engage in an argument about logic with this girl. One of us would probably end up short-circuiting fairly quickly, so I discard the thought. Ren is squirming and shuffling restlessly.
Relentlessly.
Even her usual blank visage breaks occasionally into pretty difficult-looking expressions. The kind that one doesn't just come up with accidentally.
Yeah.
Everything all right?
She's struggling to figure out what to do in this thing she isn't actually thinking about, according to her.
I think I stretched my thumb.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh, God. Yes and no, I'm half colorblind to some colors. My back's starting to hurt again. You want me to crack it for you? Please do. This painting is too big, after all, and it's hard to paint in this position.
I'm surprised she doesn't
break.
I'm surprised she doesn't have, like, okay, if I'm trying to think of what an artist with no arms would have, I would assume she'd have, like, some kind of, like, almost like a medical bed, like a stretcher of some kind, that she can lay back on, and that can elevate.
I don't know. After I finish this part... Of course she doesn't take a break, and I don't bring it up again because that would be completely and utterly pointless. Rin continues her work, and I stay with her. I'm starting to get a sunburn on the back of my neck as I'm watching. I like to watch her paint, and I'm going to be a member of the same club she's in now. Woohoo! Several hours later, and goddamn, I'm sunburnt. When she declares the mural to be finished, it's already so dark that I have no idea how she can tell. There's no celebration, no general sense of a job well done, just a tired and
laconic,
I'm done, and then we both go to sleep.
Hopefully not here.
We don't get that special animation until after Sunday, right?
Yep. So
God damn.
we have two choices of we go until the next chapter, until part 2, or we.
Well, just go an hour. We'll not.
Okay.
Time increase it.
Well, I'm not saying time increase. I'm just saying like. If
I'm just pretending we're still on the Rin route.
Because we aren't.
The next day, I wake up feeling a little lightheaded.
Try skipping. I don't know if we've already done this or not. Yep. Okay. There's probably going to be one in here where he talks about... Yeah.
Well, I joined the art club, so I guess I'll go with them.
You did what?
I'm in there. I joined the art club.
Man, that was a bad move. Really bad. You know what kind of girls there are in the art club. Troubled, angsty cuties who tear your heart out and eat it raw.
Well, I know one art member, and I don't really see Rin suddenly becoming a psychotic murderer.
Oh, give it a bit.
That seems unlikely.
Don't say that, don't fool yourself. You have no idea what you're dealing with here, man. They're the worst kind. They drag you in with all this fancy-pantsy shit, and when you least expect it, BAM!
Bam what? Bam! Bam! Power in the kisser! Kenji seems slightly phased by my skepticism, but not any less loony.
It doesn't matter. Tread carefully, man. Tread carefully.
He fingers his scarf nervously faster and faster, like he is trying to start a fire. I want to spin my insides out, start fire. And it slowly begins to calm down once the panic attacks finish running its course.
I'm gonna have to find some place to hide, safe haven, and knock the lights out on myself so I don't have to experience this horrible day. I'm pretty sure we read this bit. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Okay. Now we're back to new dialogue.
The happy hubbub of the crowd greets me as I push myself through the main door and step outside. The school grounds were transformed into festival grounds over yesterday and this morning. Colorful stands line at the main walkways from the main entrance to the school building. Some people are still carrying stuff to and fro, but behind most counters are relaxed students who look like they are good to go.
I wonder if you ended up going earlier this time.
Most of the other students have been up early to finish the preparations. A feeling of guilt passes through me, but it soon goes away. I'm just a lowly transfer student after all.
Yeah, you definitely would have been up earlier if you'd,
Yeah.
Try hate and skip again, because I think we read this part. The visitors.
I don't know.
This one I don't know. I remember them talking about visitors at one point. Nope. Okay.
Some visitors are already strolling around the grounds.
They must have said a very similar line.
Yes. There are some young families with the perturbed parents trying to keep up with their over-enthusiastic offspring. Few students of our own accompanied by their parents. And a lot of old and young people who are here for no reason I can imagine. I'm trying to get off this. Carlin bursts into life and the principal's squeaky voice. God damn, my fucking throat.
Yeah, I don't know what that word is actually.
Announces the opening of the festival over the PA system. Everyone applauds politely, if a bit enthusiastically.
Yep.
At school festival, we didn't really have festivals at my old high school. It feels kind of old-fashioned, especially considering the school I came from, but still somewhat exciting. The day off feels sweet after the first week of hard work, despite me laying on the hospital bed for 4 months prior to this. I recall even wishing that I could go to math lessons during my stint
Yep.
at the hospital. I can't remember the program for the festival, even through Muto went through it during class just the other day. I step off the dorm steps, intending to take a tour around the grounds to see all the stuff and others have set up, but I only make it down to the bottom of the stairs.
There she is.
Few people are studying Rin's mural on the wall, while the artist herself is lounging on the sidelines, leaning against the wall and looking extremely bored and mildly
Did she? Hold on.
under the weather.
Did Emmy never come back with the Prussian blue? She
No.
didn't come back.
She never came back.
Interesting.
Why didn't she come back?
Yeah. She doesn't come back with the Prussian blue.
Nope, no.
Save state. It doesn't really matter, but save.
I think this one.
No, that's the morning run that you're trying to keep.
Right. Okay. Alright, guys. So that is going to be it for today's episode. So like and subscribe to YouTube and Twitch. Comment to your videos if you read them. Follow on Twitch. I'm sorry about my throat. I don't know what's going on with it. And we'll see you guys in the next Katawa Shoujo episode. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.